Tonight in one of the oldest rivalries in college lacrosse, Syracuse University and Hobart College will meet for the 92nd time. At stake, the coveted Krause-Simmons Trophy, which goes to the winning team, and that team has been Syracuse for each of the last 19 years. But the orange grip on the hardware may be loosening, and tonight the Statesmen will try and pry it from their grasp. It's Syracuse Orange Lacrosse next on Time Warner Sports. Spring has arrived here in central New York at long last. Gorgeous afternoon coming to a close, and inside the Carrier Dome, Syracuse fans are hoping to see the Orange arrive this spring. Off to a 1-3 start. An atypical start to the season for Syracuse, although it's the same way they started last year, and we all remember what happened at the end of last year.
Well, they're going to have to pick it up, and here's the key, the game. They got to do it, and here's the two goalies, DeSantis and Colaccini. And both of those guys got some pressure on them.
They are brought to you by Thruway Autoglass, our starting goalies. Mike DeSantis, the senior, his first full year playing. He played 8 games his first 3 years, all 6 of them this year. Peter Colaccini, his first year of college lacrosse, period, on the field. And as you can see, he's been blistered, giving up more than 13 goals a game so far. John Desko, 7th season as head coach at his alma mater, 88-28 the record. An impressive mark. He is 7-0 against Hobart. And for the Hobart Statesmen, the head coach is Matt Kerwick. He's in his 5th season at his alma mater. And here's another key, Dale, ball possession. Something the Orange have been struggling with this year. As we get set for the face-off, all-time series controlled by the Orange. They've won the last 19 and 24 of the last 26 against the Statesmen. And John Jerome in the face-off X trying to come up with it. He had it initially.
They declared possession, and Syracuse is going to come up with it. Panarelli, nice job on the wing with the big stick, comes down and then gets back off and gets an offensive player down. But the first face-off goes Orange.
And against Johns Hopkins 10 days ago, the Orange lost 26 and won 8. And just never had the ball. When they did have the ball, they were scoring goals. But ball possession, as everybody says, is the key to winning in college lacrosse. You got to have the ball to score and to keep it away from the other side. And good start for the Orange, 1-for-1 as they work it around. Pat Parrott in the starting lineup, number 1 there. To the far side to Brian Crockett. And now Parrott looking to make something happen. Finds Bucktooth. Crockett now.
You know, talking to the coaches, and they really want them to be patient on offense. And to take it, if you got a good look, take a shot. But if you don't waste a shot, because possessions are not like it used to be. You know, you've only got so many. With ball possession being an important part of the game, you've got to make sure you take advantage every opportunity and don't make a mistake. So I think Syracuse being patient right now, not a very good pass there, but spreading it out a little bit, getting 2 guys behind and making sure they get a good look before they take a shot. Up to this point, they have taken some poor shot selections.
And that contributes to the fact they're giving up so many goals per game. The defense works and works, and the offense goes down, takes a quick shot, gives it right back. But very patient on the opening possession. Lavelle shooting a little bit wide.
Lavelle's shot backed up by Yavoli, but that's the key too. He knew he had a backup, take the shot, not a bad shot. You know you got backup, get it back, and control this game, put it at the pace you want it to be at.
And now this is Dan Hardy, another freshman pressed into starting duty because of the loss of the midfielders, Greg Rommel, Stephen Brooks, both lost for the season.
Both big stars in last year's game, and Brooks really found himself as a youngster, and you said not back this year.
Look at the quickness by Yavoli. Found some room and tried to feed it inside. Lavelle picks up the loose ball. And now here's Bucktooth. Bucktooth has an opening.
Good
nice save by DeSantis. Off the side of his leg, and Murphy comes away with it.
Good
and
shot.
that ball's loose, and Bucktooth back there, right place at the right time, but he lost it. Knocked away. Here comes Hobart on the run. And now they're going to slow it up a little bit as Sean Murphy waits for some reinforcements to arrive. Nick Curry coming out of the field. Offensive midfielder.
Take a look at Sean Murphy, 5'6", 150. Syracuse, a little problem. The defense unsettled here on the shift. People coming in out of the substitution area, and they lost somebody but picked them back up.
Now look at Parrott back there playing some defense. Panarelli had it, knocked to the ground. Back to scoop it up is John Wright. So both defenses holding.
Good clear, nice clear. No panic. Colaccini got the ball back after the defense put it down, and then he found the open man. A nice clear for Syracuse, and they're going to go back and got to run this deliberate offense, this patient offense that Kevin Donahue said that Coach Desko really wants them to not slow it down and take the air out of the ball, but play deliberate. Don't make lousy shots. Take good shots. And so far, they've listened to the coach. He said they have a tendency to get a little impatient, especially when they get behind.
Well, you know, as little as they've had it this season comparatively, they're still scoring a lot of goals. Tied for 6th in the NCAA, more than 11 goals a game. But not enough when you're giving up more than 13. Matt Abbott, another freshman out there looking for some room.
Abbott, Nims, and Babbles, the second midfield.
All of them Central New York products. And that's another reason these rivalries are so intense. A lot of guys on each side have been playing against each other since they were little kids.
Well, there you got Meade, and he gets picked up by the long pole there by Panarelli, who strips him. He's going to get a hold on that one.
But that's the kind of penalty that I think John Desko is going to live with as he sees some aggression out of his defense. And take a look at the top scoring teams in the NCAA. Virginia with the 20 goals against Syracuse, helping that. Cornell off to a terrific start, 6-0 this year, and they're the Orange down there tied for 6th. So they're scoring enough, but just giving up far too many. And now a man down. Panarelli in the box for 30 seconds for the hold.
Coming in, Hobart at about 21%, about 1 out of 5 on the extra man opportunity. Syracuse got to keep those passing lanes clogged with sticks. You're in a zone defense. Don't give them a good look.
Defense stepping up for both sides early on here. And that's something the Orange have been working on and concentrating. Now Quinn fires high and wide. As you take a look at Panarelli, and that's what put the Orange a man down as he went into the box for 30.
Still 1 second remaining on the penalty.
Well, Hobart defense really has played pretty well all year. They've only given up double-digit goals to one team. That was Georgetown. They gave up 11.
And that is good. Oh, open.
Right in front and fired wide. Mike Conklin, West Genesee product, had a golden opportunity and threw it aside, but is backed up by one of his teammates. Both teams back to full strength now. As Meade makes a move, and that one deflected high and up and over the backstop. Conklin trying to find some room against Evan Brady for the Orange.
By the way, checking Corrosion. He's the guy that got his bell rung at Hopkins and knocked out of that game. And one of the face-off men that he couldn't face off. Obviously, they lost a little bit of that. So he's back. See how he does.
Meade back there, and now the ball loose. Nathan Kenny battling for, but Chris David comes away with it for Hobart. And Hobart also being very deliberate. There's David, 10 goals this year. That one way high, up into the seats. But Conklin back there for Hobart.
Just going to say Gallagher, 34 from Syracuse, on his hands, made that ball go high. That's what he wants to do defensively. You don't have to make the big, loud check. What you got to do is keep your stick on him, play good body defense, and don't let him get a good shot. And he did a nice job of jamming his hands, making the ball go high.
That time, David firing wide again. And it's Darryl Veldman back there for Hobart.
See the shot right there down, and he had it pretty well scoped. You could see it the whole way. And on that exchange there, Panarelli and number 39, Palmer, back in. Palmer's been starting at close defense. last couple of games for Syracuse.
And there's a shot, and Colaccini with a save. Always good to get that first save under your belt. And we were here for the season opener, Dale, with Army, and Colaccini's debut, first 2 shots, went right by him. But he has gotten out his feet, and finally the Orange are able to take it away. Panarelli, Carosa, Bucktooth, great passing, inside, great save to Sanis. Joe Yavoli denied on the doorstep.
But you know that there was a great passing game. Get down there with Panarelli. Passed back and forth, found the open man, didn't finish, but I tell you what, that was a nice looking play as you look at Colaccini.
Couple of big saves on each end. This is DeSantis just moments ago, and that followed the save by Colaccini. Here's Babbles. Got his man down. Now the pass for Bucktooth is awry. Can Lavelle run it
nice
down?
Nice save by
Bats it
Lavelle.
back.
Oh.
Nims just missed it.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's an important ground ball.
And Andrew Nayrod, the king of the ground ball in Central New York.
He's going to have to try another one because that ball's back on the carpet. Nayrod after it. There's a push.
Jessup picked it up, but the Statesman guilty of pushing.
Smalley, number 10 from Hobart, a freshman. So it will be a no possession push and timeout.
An officials timeout. About halfway through this first quarter. Still looking for our first goal.
All-American lacrosse player, class of
We invite you to join us every Thursday night at 7 o'clock for Syracuse Sidelines. Each week we'll talk with head coach John Desko and Syracuse coaching legend Roy Simmons Jr. to bring you the latest news, player features, and plenty more. That's Syracuse Sidelines every Thursday night at 7 o'clock only on Time Warner Sports. Fans are out tonight on a Tuesday night. Lacrosse season underway and spring has arrived. You see the shirt sleeves now. Well, a week ago we were digging out.
No more sledding?
Well, I wouldn't guarantee it.
No, I've been here at Mother's Day when it snowed, so I'm not putting away my sled yet.
Nice day to make the drive over from Geneva. Talking to Coach Kerwick earlier today, and he said, boy, it's so nice out. You know, we'd offer to host this game if Syracuse would move it. And the Orange, of course, not willing to take him up on that.
It was a nice night there last year when we played. Not bad at all as you look at Coach, as they've done a nice job of getting this Hobart team recruiting and getting people there. This is a Division I lacrosse, very difficult, and they're up to the task. And last year they gave Syracuse all they wanted, and right now it's even with 7.5 left in the first quarter.
Only became a Division I program about 11 years ago, 95. Bucktooth snags the errant pass, and Crockett doing the same, looking for some room. Crockett fires, and another save for DeSantis. He's been a brick wall in there so far. Now Matt Smalley back to DeSantis. A long pass and a good one. Up to Alex Jessup for the clear. Statesman back on the attack, and Hardy playing a little defense.
He's a big chooch. I was down there on the sideline when he was warming up, and he's a big guy and playing good defense. And forces a high pass. He's going to go back over on the attack side and get specialist in as Carosa checks in as he comes across the midfield, play a little short stick D.
Good spin move, but Guadagnolo knocked it away. The Orange defense. I think you can tell they've been working on things a little bit. Here's Nathan Kenny on the run. And Kenny pulling up, looking for Carosa, thought about it. Carosa outside shot, DeSantis with the save. Babel's trying to track it down, and he does.
Nice job. Babel's got that. Ground ball is going to be important tonight. He's a sophomore out of Skinny Atlas. Came up with that one. Second midfield in. Cut down Abbott. Didn't get the ball, but they're going to run some legs at Hobart tonight.
Carosa had himself a shot, and he thought, hey, I don't get many of these. I'm going to go ahead and fire, and just about found a hole. Lavelle.
Oh, he had a nice opening. He beat his man. He just couldn't put it on the cage. And that guy has been busy. Both goalies have been busy. DeSantis had probably the harder shots, and it's still 0-0.
There's Matt Abbott, freshman. Back pass, Nims fires, DeSantis blocked it again. Oh, Mike DeSantis off to a strong start.
Nice check by Lavelle, they're riding. Great ride by Lavelle. You know what, you got to turn around when you're an attack man. You got to turn around and play defense. Let's see if Lavelle can track this down. He does, but he did a nice job of knocking that ball out. Instead of just saying, okay, I'll have to wait again to get the ball, you turn around and play defense. Nice stick check by Lavelle, and he got the ball back for the Orange.
Yeah, that's twice Andrew Nayrog has scooped up a ground ball and then lost it. Nims trying to get around Patrick Mead. Behind the cage to Yavoli, the creator.
Oh, open.
Try to feed in front. Pass is blocked though. Now Yavoli trying to scoop it up.
Important, another ground ball. That's an important ground ball. They've really been doing a much better job so far. I mean, it's early, but since I've seen them, and we don't see all the away games, great job of going after ground balls. Much more intensity than they did the games that we saw.
Another spin move by Yavoli, but DeSantis right there.
Hit him right in the stick. Let's see if they can ride this one. Clear and a break opportunity for Hobart.
Chris David on the run. David shoots a little bit wide. That's a guy you're going to want to pick up once he gets across midfield. Mike DeSantis earning his keep. For the Statesmen, keeping this a scoreless game. Syracuse has had the better opportunities by far. Now here's a guy off the sideline and a big check. Guadagnolo knocking the ball loose.
Well, they got the jump off the substitution from the midfield coming across, and Carrozza was a little 3 or 4 steps behind, so they had a break, and then nice body position, and they put the ball on the ground, but Hobart gets it, but good defense by Syracuse.
And the flag comes down as Kenny checked O'Quinn. But apparently after he had already passed the ball. Shot is wide.
Ooh, that's a minute. That's an illegal body check. Check it out there. You're going to see O'Quinn go down. He comes up.
Boy, that's pretty close. Ball was almost still in the stick, wasn't it?
Well, that wasn't. He said an illegal check, which means it was high. But you know, that's the call. You got to live with it. They're up for a minute.
Now the Orange have already managed to escape a man-down situation.
Yeah, second opportunity. The first one was only 30 seconds for Hobart. They got a full minute now.
"12 minutes in, still looking for the first goal of this one. There were 25 goals in this battle a year ago at Hobart. That one may have hit the post as it goes wide. Take a look here quickly.
Yep.
Just ticked off the edge of the post. Another shot, and Colaccini scooped that one up. And the Orange look to have averted another man down.
Well, they only got 20 seconds to get this ball over the midfield line. Parrott's going to have to put on the afterburners. And that's going to be a failure to advance.
Now Parrott trying to use his wheels, but...
Yeah, the referees start the game, guys.
And a timeout. Apparently called by John Desko. 2:22 to go, first quarter. Still scoreless here in Syracuse. Hobart and the Orange. Mike DeSantis for Hobart. First season as a starter, and he's played every single minute. And here's why. Got a little help maybe from the post there, but solid in the net.
Yep.
And his coach says he's not a real fiery guy, not a real flashy guy, but
hey,
very solid, and he's waited his turn for 3 long years.
5'8", 200 pounds, little fire plug in there, but he's got quick hands. You got to put it where he isn't. You got to get that inside hip. You got to get the corners when you can, but so far, he's been good. They just haven't stretched him enough. Syracuse, that's the first time I've seen a failure to advance in a while. But it took him a long time. A nice ride by Hobart. Parrott was trying to get around the corner and get over. It didn't work.
Oh, look at that.
Somebody lost some teeth,
huh?
Yeah, somebody lost some teeth.
Well, fans have become accustomed to seeing wins here at the Dome. But this year, last few years, it's some chinks in the armor for this Syracuse program that, of course, had the Final Four string snapped last year and off to a 1-3 start this year. And some people out there thinking, what's going on? But again, their 3 losses this year are all to top 10 teams. There's a shot on net. Colaccini up big again.
Well, they got to clear this because they got a full-on ride here. That just now they zoned it at the midfield, and that's going to give them a
lot quicker through the air. Carosa from Kenny.
Right.
Now look at Carosa looking for another shot.
He ran right into Hobart, big stick defender there. That was Nayrog.
Now they'll slow it up and bring in Pat Parrott. And Hardy also waiting to come back onto the field.
You know, the management coming out of the box, I'm telling you, you don't see it all the time when you come to games, but it is an art. You've got to have somebody in there because you're substituting your offensive and defensive players, and sometimes they're trying to match the opponent, and you get a break, and they're actually a man down because they haven't got a guy out, and you can get a break. That's been happening in the box and at the midfield line all game.
Dan Hardy wearing the familiar number 22. And he has worn it well thus far. Trying to find Yavoli out front. And Yavoli able to scoop it up again.
Yavoli on that ground ball. He's been 3 or 4 ground balls Yavoli's got, which are important because it keeps the offense down here with the opportunities to score.
Final minute of the first quarter. Still scoreless. Lavelle trying to change that. Good defense by Chris Keogh on Lavelle. Now Parrott takes a shot, and that's wide. Yavoli is back for the Orange. Well, the Orange giving themselves plenty of second and third and fourth opportunities, but Mike DeSantis has been there every time they've put it on net.
Yep, he's done a nice job, and you got to be patient and you can't get frustrated.
Here's Hardy. High bouncer.
Took a little something, a little change up there. Took the high bouncer. They've been trying to burn him, and DeSantis ready for everything, so maybe the high hop wasn't really on Cage, and Yavoli's going to start things off.
Yavoli dishing. Lavelle lost it off his stick. And quickly the other way come the Statesmen. Jessup on the run. Crockett is back for the Orange as they try and mark up. Here's Veltman, who's been quiet. A little underhanded shot. And that one's high or deflected high. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Conklin. O'Quinn now. O'Quinn moving in. Weak shot. It was checked off his stick. And the Statesmen come up empty at the end of the quarter. And so do both teams. And we are right back where we started with just 15 fewer minutes left in the game. No score here in Syracuse. The Orange still waiting to get started against Hobart. Come back for the second quarter and probably get some goals. Welcome back, scoreless as we head to the second quarter here at the Carrier Dome. The first of 3 straight home games for the Orange as we take a look at what lies ahead. Loyola coming up this Saturday, and you can see all the home games right here on Time Warner Sports. The Princeton game a week from Saturday will also be at Cornell, at Rutgers, and then home with Albany, Massachusetts, and they finish up at Colgate. That one also on this channel, and that could turn out to be a huge game. The Raiders off to one of their better starts in a long time, and the Orange again battling to get back to the NCAA tournament. Peter Colaccini, a redshirt freshman, trying to do what Jay Pfeiffer did and redshirt his first year, start the next 4, and he's playing well in this one.
He is. He's found his groove and he's getting some help. Face off. Let's see Syracuse up with this one. Just checking the ground balls out of 17. Syracuse gobbled up 10.
There's a shot by Nathan Kenny, and that one's wide. John Jerome coming up with another face-off, and we were talking during the break. You look at the positive for Syracuse, no goals there, but they haven't given up any. So that patient offense has helped the defense in that regard.
And we said they've gotten won the ground ball battle, which is not that I have seen when we do the home games that much. They're that aggressive. So out of the 17 ground balls, they got 10, as we said. So they're looking good in that department. Now they got to find a hole in DeSantis.
Abbott got loose in front and score.
There you go.
How about freshman just taking the ball and taking it to the rack.
Freshman out of Nottingham High School, Matt Abbott, his dad, an All-American here out of Fayetteville Manlius High School. I'm sure he's here somewhere watching him on left hand. Watch. Let's see where he goes. Oh, comes back right-handed. Nice move. See that? Remember I said offside hip or shoulder? He did offside. Watch him left-handed, switch right. And now he goes over the shoulder, the offside shoulder of DeSantis. Perfect placement. That's a good shot. 1-0.
Third goal of the season for number 3 out there. And the Orange have the first goal of this game and another face-off win for John Jerome.
Now coming in, Jerome actually had more face-offs than Carrozza. And, of course, we're talking about Brennan, who was an academic casualty, was the guy who was ticketed there. So Syracuse has had to make some adjustments, losing 4 starters out of different academic casualty and injury casualties.
And no coach ever wants to talk about that and make excuses for what's going on, but certainly it's been a hindrance. And one of the reasons they're off to that 1-3 start. The other reason, as I mentioned, is their difficult schedule. Crockett right out front. DeSantis, big save. Ball still loose. And finally, the Statesmen come up with it.
Look at Lavelle. What a defense. What a great job Lavelle's doing. It looks like Mikey Powell. Stay on him. Go after him. That's exactly what he's doing. Now you're forcing a little out of their clearing rhythm. See if this pays off. Syracuse doing a great job of riding.
They're taking a lot of time.
Just got it over.
There's Sean Murphy on the run. Veltman turned aside by John Wright.
Nice job by Wright. He looked like he had some room to move, and Wright played him right on that stick side, pushed him out. Now they put him right on the crease.
Quinn couldn't handle the low pass. Panarelli all over him. Now Quinn fired about 3 feet over the crossbar.
You see that's happening. You see how they got beat all of a sudden when he goes for the stick, he gets beat. Now you've got an unsettled situation. There's the shot. Not really much of a shot in terms of accuracy. But Syracuse playing well defensively, and Panarelli keeping these guys, I think, going. Playing with a lot of intensity.
Excuse me, Dale. David O'Quinn, the leading scorer. And there's Veltman, who led him last year as a freshman. Colaccini trying to get back to get that one.
Veltman, the guy we talked about out of Canada, Georgetown, Ontario. They really bring another dimension to this game. And he was on the under-19 team from Canada. Terrific player. And they play in that box, and they usually have terrific stick skills.
Pass all the way out to midfield. Picked up by Murphy as he brings it back across for Hobart.
Impressed with Lavelle. I got to tell you, that ball was down. He was right up at that line going after it. He is playing both ends of the field, both offense and defense. Great job by Lavelle. A lot of hustle.
And now Quinn gets around Panarelli. All the way around. Out front, Conklin. And a ball knocked down in front.
He was open. That was trouble.
I'm not sure if Colaccini got it or if it was off one of the defense. Nonetheless, the Orange have the ball back. Hardy trying to muscle his way into the box.
He got kind of a shot from behind. Hardy did, but he managed to bring it down, and they're going to get him out. Midfielder. Going to get a whole new midfield in as they bring in Abbott and company. That second midfield has been productive in ground balls, and the only scorer coming from Abbott, number 3, who's trying to sneak. There he is, right there, trying to sneak his way into the crease.
There's Babbles, tries to get around Meade. Behind the cage, Evoli. Transfer from Virginia, who's been a brilliant pickup for the Orange.
Nice try.
Evoli just wide of the mark there.
Nice clear through by Bucktooth. We haven't talked much about Bucktooth, but he set him up and then cleared through and gave him a shot off of a screen, and it was high, but Syracuse, again, there to get the ball back.
And it's Mike Lavelle triggering. And now Babel's trading sides with Nims. Kenny Nims out of Watertown. Yavoli behind the cage. Yavoli got around.
Nice look, but
DeSantis there again, but picked up again by Bucktooth. Almost like offensive rebounds. Flag comes down as Bucktooth also down to the turf. But it appears the Orange will be a man up.
They only gave him a hold on that. Looked like he was a little up on the head. They're going to give him 30 seconds. Let's see what happens to Tooth there. He comes around. Yeah, that's just we'll give him a hold on that. Syracuse will take it. So another man-up opportunity for Syracuse. 30 seconds. So Hobart sits Matt Murphy.
So the Orange a man up for the first time tonight. Looking to double their lead.
And Bucktooth right at the midfield. That burner.
Now rocket, and he scored. Took him 14 seconds. Brett Bucktooth, I tell you what, man, he lets it go. Get out of the way.
That's why they put him out there at the midfield on that man up, and he got a nice pass from Parrott. So that's 2-0. So the patience, let's see. Parrott gets the ball, gives it back. Boom, nice shot. That's a burner. That looks like an aspirin coming at you when he takes that shot. He gets that little hop step. Look at him take that sidearm. Terrific shot by Bucktooth, and a nice job by Parrott giving him the ball. Looks easy, but it isn't.
And the Orange out to a 2-0 lead.
Hold. Syracuse going to get that ball back. Now, this is where they might in the past, tried to rush it. The back, take your time. Let's set it up. Let's get a 3-goal lead. They box it up, get the ball in. Let's play good defense and get the offense clicking at the same time.
And that was a new guy out there, the face-off X, Craig Hammond.
Yep. 23.
Junior out of Mitchellville, Maryland. Does the job for the Orange, and they've been winning the face-offs. They've been winning the ground balls. And the time of possession, if there was such a stat.
Oh, nice double.
Getting on the scoreboard, Yavoli can't scoop that one up. Bucktooth coming over to help out. Ball still loose. And Bucktooth right there again. Unsettled. Lavelle. Good job by the Statesman recovering. All the way around, and a rocket to Santis there again to deny Brendan Loftus.
For the Watertown guy. Loftus thought he had a sweep. Took the shot. Defense clanking in here. They got number 17, Krause in, and of course, it comes Panarelli at the long stick midfield. They got Guadagnolo at the close defense, right, and Palmer.
And the Statesmen still looking for their first goal of this one, down 2-0.
There's a little matchup. There's Panarelli with that long stick at the midfield.
All over Chris David. Turns him aside. Now Brandon Buckmeyer. Patrick Mead. Look at Carosa.
Good body position.
Physical.
Yeah, watch the stick.
Ball is loose. Colaccini swallows it up.
Nice job. 1 foot outside the crease. Reached out, got the ball back in. Now you got to make a good pass. Good pass. There you go. Coming out of the box. There you. Nice, smart job. Crockett up with it.
Now Coach Desko talking about practice last Monday and Tuesday. The two best practices he's ever seen since he's been here, and John Desko's been here for a long time.
Yeah, you can say that. As an assistant coach, he's been here most of his life.
A player and assistant coach since the mid-'70s, I think he's been around, so that's saying something. And you can see the results here on the field. They always say you play like you practice.
Now they're trying to spread them out, make that slide come from a long ways away, see if they can't get a shot. So Syracuse trying to look for some lanes in there, see if they can get a good dodge, and then the slide, as we said, has to come from a long way.
Lavelle Try to hit Bucktooth, ball's loose and scooped up by the Statesman. Rafe Mattingly gets it back to his keeper. Nice catch up here. Look at Lavelle, backhanded, trying to knock that ball loose.
Oh, nice strip. No, kept the ball. Nice try by Parrott over the head check. But it stays Hobart. But I'll tell you what, you can't fault them for playing defense.
There's a lot of want-to out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's been evident all season long, but tonight it's there. Interestingly, both teams have had players-only meetings in the last week. Statesman did it as O'Quinn fires wide. Statesman did it Saturday after losing at Rutgers in overtime, their third consecutive loss. And the Orange last week after one of the practices. So both teams trying to buckle down, and neither coach wanted to call this a must-win, but it's as must-win as there can be this early in the season. And right now it's the Orange in front. Goals from Matt Abbott and Brett Bucktooth, 2-0. It's a beautiful spring night. Good time to think about baseball. Time Warner Sports is proud to be the home for Syracuse Sky Chiefs baseball this summer. It's time to play hardball at last. Our season-long coverage begins with opening day, Thursday, April 6th at 2 o'clock, as the Sky Chiefs play host to their rivals, the Rochester Red Wings. Sky Chiefs baseball right here on Time Warner Sports all summer long. More than 20 games for the Sky Chiefs coming up this summer. And it's just great to be talking about summertime, if you ask me.
Yeah, right. Anybody in Syracuse, Central New York, can even mention it.
Supposed to get up into the 60s by the end of this week.
Huh. Be still my beating heart.
Well,
Is that
that's right.
All right.
We're going to join the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Enjoying spring. Quickly around the cage, Colaccini was ready for it. Not a terrific shot. Dustin Palmer comes up with it for the Orange. And that's Syracuse defense pitching a shutout here. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
That was not a good choice. That was not a good choice. And he knows it. He just said it's my fault. It absolutely was not the good choice, because there was an orange jersey standing right in front of him. So the first thing that Colaccini really has done wrong, he's got 5 saves. He's done a nice job of directing things, but that was not a good pass.
So the Statesmen a second chance, and they fire it wide. Nick Curry that time is. We'll see if Hobart starts to lose their patience a little bit.
Well, you know, with low-scoring games, if you check around the country, they're not having those big runaway scores like Syracuse used to have with Virginia. So you've got to take your possessions, and the more you make mistakes, the more they're magnified, because things are really playing a settled-down brand of lacrosse, and it's going to be a little slower, be more direct, and they're going to have to watch themselves. Open.
Right in front, Veltman got the opening and score. I think if you give Darryl Veltman that much room in that location, probably 99 times out of 100, it's going in the net.
Well, Sean Murphy did a nice look. Watch this. See him pop out from the screen right there? They lost him. The defender lost him. He started out and he just jumped out, and then a perfect pass, and you see right there what happened. He got by the stick of number 39, Dustin Palmer, and perfect placement. Syracuse perfect in the faceoffs. I probably just jinxed them. Yep.
Now the Statesmen made the most of their second opportunity, and now they have the ball back. And here's that ball possession importance as they got on the board finally. They cut it to 2-1. 5 minutes to go. Darryl Veltman, the ECAC Rookie of the Year last year, 28 goals. And there's Veltman again, just camping out.
Well, you know what he does? He goes in on the crease right in front of the goalie. Then all of a sudden, he V-cuts or just cuts out as fast as he can, and then the timing is perfect. They give him the ball, and he just releases it. So they've got to get on Veltman, not let him fall asleep there. He moves around a lot, and all of a sudden he starts in one spot, ends up in another, and they've been hitting him with the pass. They're certainly looking for Veltman.
Right in front, look out. Might have gone off the post. Colaccini didn't get a good look at that one. Ball still loose, picked up. Statesman right in front, score. And we're tied at 2. And they're celebrating like the game's over. Patrick Mead tackled by his teammates as he ties the game up.
Now, anytime the ball's loose in front of the crease, you got trouble. And Panarelli trying to get it spinning around, but the ball was loose. And then Mead picked it up. Watch the shot. You're going to see a look right here. Good save. Ball down. And then up by Panarelli, but he's got that big stick. There's the check.
Veltman checked it loose.
Yeah, Veltman checked it loose, and then finishing up was Patrick Mead, number 3.
Off the pass from Jeff Ryan, another West Genesee product. And the Statesmen have struck quickly here. A couple of goals.
And a couple of face-offs. Syracuse had been 4-0, now out of 6. The last 2 have gone to Hobart. And that momentum where you get to hold on to the ball, take it down, play offense. So Syracuse, who had been doing so well defensively, had a couple of little breakdowns there, and it's going to be Hobart's. Well, I shouldn't say it was a breakdown. That ball was loose in the front. That wasn't their fault, but
good play by Veltman.
Yep.
But Hobart has definitely changed things around here in the last 2 minutes. And now things are tied up, and now the Orange can really see where they are mentally, see how they react to what's been going on here with the tide turning.
You're going to watch Veltman, number 13, after the shot. There's a shot. Watch Veltman. Now the ball's down, out, picked up. Now Veltman comes over and says, right there, nice job chopping it down. He gets it in to Mead, puts it right down between his legs. Just not able to do anything there.
And the Statesmen calling time to talk about taking care of the ball here in the final 4 minutes of the half. They have come back to tie it up, looking for their first lead now. At halftime coming up, we're going to get up close and personal with Brett Bucktooth, one of the senior captains for this Orange squad. Chris Watson sits down with the senior, who had a son about 7 months ago, Brett Bucktooth Jr. So he's got another fan. He's building his fan base one by one.
Wonder if he's got a lacrosse stick yet.
He said he's already put one in the crib.
No kidding. I don't find that hard to believe.
Start him young.
There he is, Brett Bucktooth. His numbers, and they're going to need him here in this rest of this 3:55 in this first half, and they're going to have to continue to play defense like they had been.
Panarelli on Chris David as they pass it across to Brandon Buckmeyer. And around they go. Veltman trying to corral the bouncing ball. Nice job over to get it by Jeff Ryan.
And watch Veltman now. Veltman's going to end up on the crease, and then all of a sudden he explodes out of there.
Here comes Buckmeyer, waiting for somebody to cut. Now just fires it wide, and Ryan behind the cage to back it up. Ryan and Veltman, now Veltman.
Double coming.
John Wright working on Veltman, and now Carosa watching Mead. Nathan Kenny lost his man, but got some help. Palmer came over.
They're really making you slide and jump, aren't they? Panarelli. There's a force that pass.
Ties up Chris David, and the Orange get the turnover. Lavelle, Yavoli right in front, scores! Nothing DeSantis could do about that one. Heads up play by Lavelle, who got it quickly to Joe Yavoli, and the Orange back in front.
That's called vision. He got the ball, turned around and said, is there anybody down there? And you're going to see it right from here. There's the pass. But watch, Yavoli, great job of scooping it up. Blocked him out perfectly. Finds Yavoli. Yavoli takes him, fakes him high, goes low. And you're going to see it again as that pass from Lavelle there high. And then right off hip, low. Nice job. Syracuse now up with the face-off. Oh!
And the ball knocked free from behind, but flags come flying from all over the place. As Andrew Narog trying to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Dan Spinella out of New Hartford.
They give him a trip? Yeah, they gave him a trip. That's a full minute. I thought it might be a push. That's a trip.
And now the momentum swinging back in Syracuse favor.
How quickly that happens.
Isn't that something?
A couple of face-offs, kind of an unsettled situation that can happen, and they've got a lead in the ball. Now they've got a lot of time. Be patient. Put this one in. Get that 2-goal lead back.
Nivoli now out front after operating behind the cage.
Give a little different look and put Bucktooth inside in the middle of that zone.
Crockett out top.
Got 30 seconds left, a lot of time.
Good defense by the Statesman.
Yep.
Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Nivoli lost the ball. Checked out of there. And Chris Keogh comes up with it for Hobart. And a good defensive stand there. Well, neither team really doing much on the man up.
Oh, beat. Fast break. Unsettled. Look, watch him in the crease.
That's Veltman again. And we're tied again at 3. Nice pass from Jessup to Darryl Veltman. And that's his side of the cage. He favors that, apparently.
It was a fast break. It started, and you can see him slow to slide over, and then he gets that left-handed shot. That is a nice shot, and again, not much the goalie can do. He just went high.
Veltman has 2 goals for the Statesman. And we are tied again at 3 with 90 seconds left in the first half. Face-off being fought for. Jerome thought he had it. But now the Statesman take it away. Matt Smalley.
Yeah, they're going to take time out here and make sure they get their last shot in here with 1:13.
Entertaining second quarter. We were scoreless after the first. Both teams trading goals here in the second. Tied at 3 with 1:13 to play in the first half. It was a 1-goal game last year in Geneva. We'll see what happens here in Syracuse tonight.
Spring is in the air and all signs indicate baseball's back. Time Warner Sports is proud to announce our season-long coverage of Syracuse Sky Chiefs baseball. 21 games of fantastic action, beginning with opening day, April 6th. While the Sky Chiefs swing for the fences, Time Warner Sports will flip over backwards to bring you the best coverage ever. It all begins April 6th at 2 p.m. right here on Time Warner Sports.
Back at the Carey Dome, the Orange and the Statesmen of Hobart tied at 3 with 1:13 to play here in the first half. And look at John Desko getting all over Kyle Guadagnolo, the defender who Darryl Veltman rather, has beaten twice here tonight.
You know, I didn't mean to, but I said as soon as you got to find Veltman on that. Any unsettled situation, they're going to look to have somebody draw out, and then he stands and all of a sudden fires off the crease, and he does not take long. He releases the ball the instant it's in his stick. He is very quick, and they've changed people on him. They put John Wright on him, at least for the time being.
Under a minute to go, first half. Nick Curry working out top, working on Evan Brady. And now it's Sean Murphy, 5'6", 150 out of Buffalo. Trying to get by Carosa, but very content to let some time tick away here. Pass goes awry though. They've done that a few times down on that end. O'Quinn able to get it back.
Fast break.
To the middle, nobody there. Fires and scores. Nick Curry, 20 yards out. And a rocket gets past Colaccini, and Hobart has its first lead.
Nick Curry out of Corning. Watch, There's a little fast break because they get beat right there. Now there's a man down. Now he's got him beat. Going to slide. He looks back. And they're just perfect placement by Curry. We're going to get another look at it here from the goalie's eye. He was down and the ball went by him. 4-3, and it's going to go Syracuse way. 23 seconds left. Let's see if they can do something here.
Could have the last shot.
Hammond in 23. I was going to say, I don't think they want him in. They get the ball up and give it up to Mims. It's going to be timeout, I would assume.
Nope, inadvertent whistle, and we'll go again. 15 seconds of counting, and now a timeout.
Yeah, I thought it was a Syracuse timeout. They got it as soon as they got it in there.
12 seconds left in the half. The Orange will talk things over as they try and tie things up here heading into the break. This Hobart team battling again. Their 3 losses this year have been, close games. Overtime, this last one, and the other 2 are by 2 goals each, so they've really been in every game they've played.
Well, I'll tell you, I was talking to Kevin Donahue, and he said there's a lot of teams like Hobart. They got 3 losses, 3 losses, and they're just tough, but they just haven't been able to finish. They've been ahead in games, and they've lost. He said the Hobart's one of those teams. There's a lot, Loyola, another team like that. Just 3-4 losses, but they're very, very tough teams. And he said that's the way it is in Division I lacrosse. So none of these games are going to be easy.
And that is definitely the case for Syracuse year in and year out. The schedule always among the toughest in the nation. This year, the 3rd toughest schedule in the country. They've already played Virginia, Georgetown, and Johns Hopkins. And, of course, games coming up with Cornell, with Princeton, Massachusetts. So plenty of time left for Syracuse to make up some ground, but right now 13th in the latest coaches poll. And even that, which would be great for a lot of programs, for Syracuse, not accustomed to being out of the top 10.
No, not usually accustomed to being out of the top 5. But
started out the year number 5.
Yep, that's the way it goes, and they've got to keep working at it.
Final 10 seconds of the half. Here we go. Bucktooth from way outside. And that was ricocheting off the stands.
Came back in.
Almost got the official. 6 seconds on the clock as Yvoli triggers in. Crockett out front, knocked to the turf as he released, and it's wide, and the Hobart Statesman will take the lead into the locker room. Orange had a 2-0 lead. Hobart scoring 4 of the last 5 goals of the first half, and they lead by 1 heading to the break. Battle for the Krause-Simmons Trophy. Hobart looking to take it home for the first time in 20 years, up by a goal halfway through. Almost baseball season, lacrosse season, well underway, and the fans having a good time here tonight from both sides. Entertaining second quarter, back and forth, and the Statesman with a 1-goal lead, thanks to Daryl Veltman's pair of goals in the second quarter. And now can Hobart close the deal? That's been their problem. They've had leads in the last 2 games. Actually into the fourth quarter, have not been able to hold them. And that's what their players-only meeting was about.
Well, let's see. Oh, no, they lost that face-off. That was an easy one. Syracuse now 7-3 in the face-off department, won 7 of 10. Let's see if they can do something with it, as they got a gift on that one. The legal procedure by Hansen.
I'd say 70% is a percentage they could live with. From the face-off X, as the Orange will open up with the ball. Hobart shut out until the final 6 minutes of that first half. They scored 4 times. Now the Orange trying to swing the pendulum back in their direction.
They're doing a nice job defensively against Syracuse. It's good old-fashioned body position and slides, man-to-man. Trying to get a matchup where you get somebody like Hardy with a short stick on him. Can you get room? Can you get a shot off? Can you get a pass off?
Now right out front, Lavelle couldn't get a stick on it. Hobart defense was there. Orange come up empty as they stayed relatively patient. Ate up about a minute before taking a shot. And now in the clear, it's Matt Small getting across.
Lavelle offsides.
Lavelle just crossed over the midfield line.
So now, last year the rule was as soon as the ball was on the ground, the man up started, but no, it isn't. Uh-oh, trouble.
On the doorstep, shot in the goal. Hobart leads by 2. It's Jeff Ryan, freshman from West Genesee High School, just down the road. And the Statesmen have scored 5 of the last 6 goals in this one.
Well, this penalty be wiped out, but they just back to losing people again. Guadagnolo, 33, not able to get on that hands or the stick. Watch the separation he gets. Watch, just a little jump shot. And Jeff Ryan out of West Genesee gets an important goal.
5th goal of his career. Another face-off one by Jerome, though, and the Orange have it back now. But the defense that's come under so much strain here lately has been buckling a little bit. And now the offense has to get it back going.
Babel's in second midfield, that group, Abbott and Nims. They've been comfortable in there. They got a lot of playing time. I thought he had a little open. Thought he had an opening. Good body position defense by Hobart.
And good patience shown by Matt Abbott. Turning aside the 15-yard shot.
Yep.
Hoping to get something a little closer.
And slide. Nice strip.
Good help. That was Chris Keogh coming over to knock the ball loose. And now it's scooped up. Lost again. Ball still on the ground, and now who else? Andrew Nayrog, another one. And he's got his man Jessup in stride. Ryan. Gave it to Conklin, another West Jenny guy.
Better find Veltman.
He's looking for him.
Yeah, they were. They were looking for Veltman. He went behind the cage.
And the Statesmen will regroup here and set up shop. They're going to go up by 3.
Well, Quinn in there, 24. Hobart gets the ball with a short stick on him. Kenny.
Well, Quinn right out front.
Veltman.
Got his man.
Whoa.
It was Veltman again, but the ball knocked away.
Put a little body on him, and that's a bad pass by Veltman.
Big mistake, and there's Lavelle, where he's been all through the game, waiting. Good try by Keogh, but Panarelli there to scoop it up for the Orange. Flag comes down. Panarelli looks for someone to give it to.
Now that's going to stop it right there. They'll be man up for 30. Oh, 1 minute. Okay,
1 minute
they gave him a slash. Yeah, I thought they might give him a hold, but they're going to give him 1 for a slash. Now this Syracuse has to be, the last time they had a man up, they didn't even get a shot off, and they lost the ball. This is another opportunity.
Slashing penalty, number 36.
Yeah, there, you got him in the head. Yeah, pick a spot.
Sean Murphy picking up the foul. He's in the box now for a minute. And Matt Kerwick's team, a man down, as the Orange continue to try and get one past DeSantis and past that Hobart defense that has stiffened.
Nice shifting defense. Now, see, that's the kind of thing that shoots your rhythm off. Let's see if they can get back into rhythm. Bucktooth out at the midfield again. Now he goes down on the crease.
Parrott rifles one from outside up high.
Parrott, one of those freshmen, number 1, along with Hardy, playing on that first midfield. Abbott.
Parrott again. Yes! Shot a goal. Pat was just finding the range there. Took it down a couple of notches.
It's like the artillery. Okay, go left and fire for effect.
So the Orange's second man-up goal of the game. Bucktooth had one earlier, and now Pat Parrott.
Nice one, yep. Parrott, nice job, left-handed low to high shot over the offside shoulder of DeSantis, who's done a nice job. Couldn't stop that one, and Syracuse creeps back to within 1. Let's see how they do with the X. Got Jerome out there, and is it Spinella? It's going to be Syracuse momentarily. Yep.
And coming up with it, and another big ground ball for the Orange is Crockett now on the run. That was Evan Brady picking up for Syracuse. And that pendulum swinging again the other way. Pat Parrott picks up his 3rd goal of his career.
Remember we talked at halftime, when Syracuse dominated, not dominated, but won the ground balls, they also won the scoring. So it's today it's kind of a mutually inclusive statistic. You've got to be able to get that ground ball, apparently. When they've done it, both teams have been able to score.
Now Bucktooth for Hardy.
Whoa.
And that one deflected. I think DeSantis got a piece of it up high over the cage. Dan Hardy seems to be able to get a shot off just about any time he chooses with that height. Holds the stick up high, take another look, see if DeSantis got a piece.
That was just over, yep.
The ball was by him before DeSantis even got the stick up. Hardy just ripped it.
Syracuse had a couple of these drops when they make the passes, you know, the little easy passes. Ball looks a little low occasionally, but they're going to run around, take it behind. Bucktooth now operating, was behind.
There's Crockett right out front. DeSantis denied it. Greenman got it to Crockett in great position to score. And I tell you what, Brian Crockett, the guy can't buy a break. He's off to a slow start offensively this year, leading scorer last year. And had a great shot at it that time, but DeSantis, another big-time save.
Crockett played attack, and now he's found a home at midfield. And
well, the last 4 games of last year, he was unstoppable. Look at Murphy spinning and scoring. Wow, little Sean Murphy. Showing a little mojo out there for Hobart, and they've got their 2-goal lead back.
5'6", 150. I'm sure they said you can't play Division I lacrosse, you're too small. Look at there, Parrott slips down.
Wow.
Yeah, not Parrott's fault. He had pretty good body position, nice moves, but watch it, that's when he slept right there, and now look at the recovery. See how quickly he recovered? And now you wondered if maybe Colaccini, that was a hard shot, but looks like he might have been able to see it coming. But Murphy converts that one back to a 2-goal lead, but the face-off, Syracuse.
Quickly.
Whoa.
And Bucktooth taking a shot from out high. Lavelle able to get back there to back it up. So the Statesman back to a 2-goal advantage, a little cushion now. Sean Murphy scores his 7th of the year.
Abbott's got 1 goal. His midfield's in.
Lavelle trying to make a move.
In the crease.
And a turnover against the Orange.
Folks looking for a hold. What they got was in the crease instead. Syracuse riding up pretty hard here.
Well, this Hobart program, as we mentioned, now up to Division I after dominating Division III for so many years. Won 12 straight national titles in Division III. The last one coming in '93 of their 15 NCAA championships overall. They're still trying to establish themselves as a Division I program. They've made 4 trips to the tournament as the Orange pick up a turnover that time.
Yeah, offside, so it starts right away. It was a quick start.
4 trips to the tournament, but 0 for 4 in the NCAAs as a Division I team. And but you know, they're on their way. Matt Kerwick got there 5 years ago. Dangerous pass, but Abbott is there. Matt Kerwick's first game against Syracuse, he lost 19-4. That was 5 years ago, and
yeah,
this game here tonight kind of shows you how things have evened out a little bit.
And
the Orange have also lost the Powells.
Right, and it's a non-scholarship school too. I mean, they give you aid for if you qualify, but it's not an athletic scholarship school. So there are a lot of schools like that, a lot of the Ivy League schools like that. But as we talked about the ugly word of parity, it's there. And
well, we're seeing it in the basketball tournament this year, that's for sure.
George Mason.
How many
people had that on their brackets?
Look at Parrott moving in, and it trickles in just over the line. Pat Parrott has his first multiple goal game. The Orange back to within one, and that one just had enough momentum to get in.
We got by Meade, and he takes a high shot, and it bounces down inside. But watch it, just there, watch it. There you go.
Lavelle right there to celebrate.
Yeah.
And he was ready for the rebound, should one come.
You know, I think it might have hit his stick or his leg, and then it had that little spin on it, and it went right over the line.
A little English, and Pat Parrott will take it. He scored the last two for the Cuse, back within one. Time Warner Sports is proud to present Syracuse Crunch Hockey. Next game, Tuesday, April 4th at 7 o'clock. It's a playoff preview of the Crunch in the midst of one of their, actually it is their best season ever. Take the ice against the Manitoba Moose. Syracuse Crunch Hockey right here on Time Warner Sports. The Crunch pushing to the playoffs. They've already clinched a berth in the postseason. Having a terrific year. And there is a Syracuse Crunch fleece as we speak. And, you know, hockey and lacrosse kind of go hand in hand, don't they? And there's a fan of John Machonis, apparently. Number 25 for the Orange. Remember in high school where all the girls would wear the football players' jerseys on Fridays? That takes you back a little bit. Can you remember back that far?
No, I can't.
Right.
It was during the Depression.
They had football then?
Jerseys. Yeah, right. That was a push, play on push, good call. Panarelli going to push it. Is he going to take it?
He wishes. Jerome gave it up. Good idea. Lavelle unsettled and ball just getting knocked around. Hobart doing a good job of settling down to remedy that unsettled situation. Smalley again, the one to bring it over.
Well, that was a good opportunity, but Panarelli took it down and they tried to create something. He made a nice pass, but Hobart got back, played good defense. Just like basketball, you know that? You got to get back and play defense. People do that now. They're not worried about. They'll give it up. They're going to get back and play defense and not give you those fast breaks.
David O'Quinn trying to work out Panarelli. Found Veltman and he shot it wide.
Well, they've changed Veltman a couple times. They got Wright on him now, number 18. They had Guadagnolo on him, but he's always lurking on that goal line extended, and all of a sudden he just shoots out, gets that ball, and gets rid of it quickly. He's really somebody you got to watch. And then, of course, they've had Murphy's been cranking the ball too, so they got a lot of looks.
Veltman has scored a game in every goal in every game he's played for Hobart. All 20 games of his career. He's got two here tonight. Murphy looking for his second. That was a tough hop, and Colaccini couldn't handle it. Back to a 2-goal lead.
I'll tell you what, that was right at 15, 16 yards when he took that shot. And Sean Murphy, smallest guy on the field. Watch him come left. Now come back. And you got to get on his hands. You can't give him that look. You're going to take it. And that's exactly what happened. Now, see that? You got a quick pick up, get on his hands, and he put a nice hop on it. And down went Colaccini. So it's back to a 2-goal margin.
Sean Murphy having a big night. And the Statesman not having a big night at the face-off X. Unofficially, the Orange 12 out of 15.
Yeah.
But trailing by 2 on the scoreboard.
It's not always a good statistic. I always tell you, it's what you do after you get the face-off. And sometimes, you get them and you have them for like 5 or 6 seconds before it gets knocked out of your hand. So face-offs have not been a problem, but cashing in when they've been down there has been a problem the last couple of times down. Syracuse exhibited a lot of patience in that first quarter.
Loftus trying to find some room. Got some. Weak shot, though.
Yep. Check
Stick
the
was
stick.
checked
Yeah.
as he tried to release. Another wasted opportunity for Syracuse. Trailing by 2 here, 4:30 and counting here in the third quarter. Statesmen have never won here in the Carrier Dome. 0 for 14 coming into tonight.
I'll tell you what, a 3-goal bulge is going to create some problems because you're trying to be patient with the offense, and with 2 you can be patient, but at 3 you're going to get a little nervous.
Well, good job that time by the defense, and here comes Babels on the run. He's got Lavelle and Bucktooth, and Yavoli score. Joe Yavoli's second goal again.
And a penalty. That could be a personal. They could get the... Yeah, that's going to be 1 minute, so Syracuse is going to be man up.
And it came on the pass from Brett Bucktooth, who took a shot as he delivered. Watch the first pass to Bucktooth, and then he just gets nailed up high as he got it to Yavoli, who scored.
Nice job of moving the ball, rotating it over to Yavoli, and slide came late, and Yavoli cashed in. Now this is an important face-off because they are man up. For a minute, get the ball is what they're telling the face-off guy, and Jerome's done a good job. As we said, so far he's been the main man. They've done a nice job of getting the ball. Let's see what the wings can do, help him out. Gallagher, 34 there.
Just tries to rake it over to Narog. Still fighting for it. More Syracuse and Hobart players there. And now it's the goaltender that comes up with it, DeSantis. Scooping it up in the old butterfly net.
Well, they got double. You're going to have to double the ball. That's going to be a quick transition by Keogh. He gets rid of it, and now they're just going to take some time off the clock. They're down to 30 seconds on the man up, so Syracuse, an important face-off. They're not able to come up with it where they have been so good at the X earlier. Now here's the double. He's just going to run around.
Only the 4th face-off won by the Statesmen in the game, but a big one there. Tough pass.
Threw that out of bounds. Syracuse has 9 seconds left. If they push it up, it's actually more than 9 seconds by the time the guy comes in from the box. But
why would you make that pass?
That was a bad decision.
Okay, head scratcher.
Yeah.
By Alex Jessup, a senior from Southport, Connecticut, and the Orange.
Yeah, they're going to do the conservative way. It's all right. They're even up.
Parrott looking for his first hat trick. Got a little jump in his step. The Orange within a goal here.
A lot of time. Got to be patient.
And Yavoli backing out a little bit. Room to operate.
Yeah, they're kind of
set it up.
Isolating there for Yavoli. Offset like a 1-4, and then Yavoli taking it back. Oh, looks to Lavelle.
Lavelle right in front, and he scores, and we're tied. Mike Lavelle, first goal of the game, and a big one for the sophomore from Albany Academy.
They had him stacked up right in the crease, and then they gave the ball to Yavoli. They break out of the stack, and then Yavoli looking for help. He gets the ball to Lavelle. Lavelle takes that high shot, high bounce. But a nice job by Lavelle to tie it up.
And he had just enough room to get by his defender. His defender started to cheat over to Yavoli. And Mike Lavelle.
That's his first.
Has tied things up for the Orange, and now the face-off going to be controlled by Hobart. They've lost their lead, but they have the ball back now.
It's small. They got a big stick over there. That's the guy you want to jump on him. That's exactly what you want to do. Offside? Nope. I don't know what it is.
Now the officials maybe disagreeing about something here as they confer.
Oh. Said he didn't get it in the box. I mean,
the official on the far side signaled Syracuse ball, and now the other one overruling. And John Desko not in total agreement.
He's not done working him. He doesn't think he was in the box.
Nonetheless, it is Hobart's ball with under 2 minutes to play. Mead, open shot, Colaccini, big save.
Whoa, I guess he had to grab that twice.
Made the initial stop and then corralled his own rebound.
I tell you what, if you give them a look from out there, Hobart's going to take the shot, and they had the shot. Oh, this is a tough pass.
Good catch by Guadagnolo.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of riding.
Now Kenny.
Yes, nice job of
turn on the Jets.
Yep, turned it back inside and then took it back to the outside, and Syracuse boxes it up and be patient again. That's what they've got to do. It's been beneficial.
Orange have scored the last 2 to tie things up here as we head down to a minute to go, third quarter.
They have a 2-man up goals, right?
Two-man up.
2-man up goals, and then patience to get the other 5.
Crockett. Brian Crockett off the stick of DeSantis. And Crockett just trying to make something happen. Maybe not the best choice right there. You can understand his frustration level, though, as he's been kept off the scoreboard. The other way, Mead also taking a quick shot. Colaccini there, and Mead is down on the turf. I didn't say exactly what happened, but I know there was contact, and Mead went down. As the trainers come out to take a look at Patrick Mead, the senior out of Schenectady. He scored a goal here tonight. And that may be, yeah, where it hurts the most.
Those personal
You know what I mean. Let's take a look and see if we can understand why Patrick is in so much pain there.
There's the collision right there.
He might have taken a knee to the groin area. We'll leave it at that as Patrick tries to recover over on the Hobart bench. And with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Orange with the ball back.
Well, they're out shooting the Statesman this quarter, but they got to clear the ball.
Well, paired on the crossing pattern.
He looks to be pretty offsides. Syracuse offsides. Parrott went over. Nobody stayed back.
And a mistake made by the Orange. Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Ryan trying to get around Guadagnolo. Got some room. And now Murphy, does he know how much time there is? 6 seconds. Murphy fires it wide.
He's a tough little guy, isn't he?
He is. 5'6" and every bit of 150. He scored a couple of times. And the Orange able to escape that mistake at the end of the quarter. And we'll head to the fourth, right where we began. Tied at 7, Sean Murphy, Mike Lavelle. Everybody battling out there for the Krause-Simmons Trophy. "20 years ago, they created a trophy in honor of Babe Krause and Roy Simmons Sr., legendary coaches at Hobart and Syracuse. The first year it was won by the Statesmen, but for the last 19 years it has resided right here in Syracuse, and it is right at midfield as they get set to start the fourth quarter, tied at 7. See who takes it home tonight. Scoring there in the third quarter. Again, another busy quarter. 7 goals in each of the second and third quarters after a scoreless first. And the Orange getting the last 2 to tie things up at 7. And there is the trophy out for everybody to see. Another big face-off won by John Jerome. He has had a really nice game for the Orange, a junior out of South Jefferson High School. And the Orange will have first crack at taking the lead here in the fourth.
We got unofficially 13 out of 18. That's a pretty good face-off percentage, and got to cash in.
Craig Hammond has taken a few of those, but Jerome has been out there for the most part. As Carosa back on the field, but not at the face-off X yet tonight. Babels got a little room, shot it wide.
Nice slide, they had him pretty well covered. but he got a good shot off. Just went a little wide. Babel's not able to convert on that one, but nonetheless, they had backup, and it's Syracuse being patient, taking good shots.
Kenny Mims trying to get around Nayrod. Yavoli looks for a cutter. Nobody there. Not a Bucktooth who lost the ball off his stick. Just a little careless there as Matt Murphy over to pick it up for Hobart. Wow, out of bounds, and talk about careless. DeSantis throws it away as he was trying to hit Rafe Mattingly on the run.
It was a nice ride. That's what you want to do. You're never going to do that all the time, but you want to force the longest, highest risk pass you can, and that's what they did by playing a good ride and the ball out of bounds. Syracuse now got to take advantage of this. They're going to send it back and redirect it. Guadagnolo gives it to the goalie, and they're going to jump him. Ooh, there's a long pass to Parrott.
Wow, Parrott pulls it down.
Nice job. Parrott looked more and more comfortable here in his position. He's going to come off right now, but Pat Parrott has found the cage a couple times.
I know SU football fans are hoping to see some long completions like that here this fall. Spring football game coming up a couple of weeks from Saturday here. Battles and Abbott play catch. Now behind the cage, Lavelle gets around his man, saved by DeSantis. And picked up quickly. Mattingly was there. Can they clear though? The Orange riding again, and Abbott able to take it away. Yavoli's open in the middle, Lavelle can't find him. And now Bucktooth. Quick cut, Lavelle had his stick checked. Now the ball out of bounds, but Yavoli is back.
Good defense. Matt Murphy and Rafe Mattingly have done a nice job. 33 and 34 for Hobart. Not giving Syracuse any easy looks. You got to earn all those looks. You got to get all the people going in directions and make the pass back. Hopefully you can get somebody open.
Lavelle to Crockett, and another big save by DeSantis. Brian Crockett has got to feel a little snake bit. He's had some good looks in this one, but DeSantis there every time. He throws his stick in disgust as Crockett as he heads to the bench. Sean Murphy slows it up a little bit for just the time being. Now Murphy got an opening.
They let it go.
Blocked again in front and picked up by Jeff Ryan.
We get a little confusion on the defense now. Murphy just got a jump. His defender just stood there, and Murphy got all the way in, but he couldn't convert it. But Syracuse defense a little bit confused.
A nice hurdle by Panarelli as Carosa went down, and Panarelli trying to stay with Curry. Had to hurdle his own guy. Orange defense now settling in.
I'd say keep an eye on Veltman, but I think the guy, Sean Murphy, is right there. He's going to ISO.
Needs a little water buck, huh?
Yeah, he's going to take Carosa one-on-one. Going to get a short stick behind there. See if I can beat him. Got a cutter. Open.
Got the cutter, O'Quinn, and he scores. Hobart back in front. 8-7, 10:44 to play.
Cutter wide open. Nobody took the cutter. Looked like Panarelli.
David O'Quinn, redshirt freshman and the leading scorer for Hobart coming into this one, has his first goal.
Well, you see how quick O'Quinn, he cut right down. Watch, and that the slide comes, but he gets him moving and he comes back stick side off the left-hander, but high, but nobody picked up the cutter coming right down the middle.
Sean Murphy, a couple of goals and 3 assists, if I'm not mistaken. A big night for the Statesman. Now the Orange trying to pick up the ground ball, but it's Hobart again. Spinella does the job, and then
there's a
gets
big
off the
stick.
field.
You want to get this guy with the big stick.
Nayrod.
Timeout. That's the guy with the 6-foot stick is trying to handle the ball. Timeout.
And he's going to go over to say, hey, Coach Kerwick, come on, give me a break. I'm going in all alone. Save the timeout. Coach Kerwick thinking the better of it. He's seen this all before. He's been there as a player and a coach at Hobart, never beaten Syracuse. He was at the 1986 game, though, over in Geneva when Hobart won the first Krause-Simmons battle. He was a recruit then and signed up with the Statesman and then hasn't beat him since.
Watch the face here. Ball down and tap it back. Now watch. They tap the ball back, but Parrott goes for the man and the ball goes right to Hobart, Spinella. And then Spinella gotten rid of it, and you're going to see Nayrod. Well, you have to face dodge twice with a 6-foot stick. You're in a little bit of trouble, but they got the timeout right there. There's a guy who's played a good game, Matt Murphy, 6'4", 220, defenseman for Hobart.
And you know what Kirk was talking about in that huddle? He was talking about closing the deal.
Oh, absolutely. They have been here before.
They led 8-7 at Georgetown in the fourth quarter. Ended up losing by 2 goals. They led 6-3 at Rutgers just this past Saturday in the third quarter and lost. So the Statesmen kind of state their case. Get back over 500. And they play in the ECAC. And there's no automatic bid in that conference, so they're in the same boat as Syracuse, trying to lock down or compete for an at-large berth.
Buckmeyer trying to just do a little one-on-one with the short stick, and Syracuse.
Now Meade back on the field after leaving with an injury late in the third. Chris David bottled up. And his stick was checked as he tried to squeeze one off.
Panarelli and Guadagnolo on that up-checked his stick and got it to go high, but they're going to get the ball back, and it's going to be Ryan.
Darryl Veltman has been relatively quiet here in the second half. Scored twice in the second quarter. Keep an eye on him.
Veltman's right on Veltman.
And John Wright has done a good job since being switched over. Now Carosa able to get the ball loose. And the Orange take it away from Buckmeyer.
Whoa, man, bad pass.
Kenny in a little trouble. Surrounded by orange shirts. And they're not on his team. Finally able to get it to Wright. Now the Orange have to get it across.
Somebody's got to stay back. He's got it.
Able to get it to Hardy.
They're going to double him.
Hardy lost the ball. Checked out by Nayrod as Coach Desko puts his hands on his head. Ball still loose and way up in the air. Bucktooth coming over. Rick Bucktooth has picked up a lot of ground balls. You heard him say at halftime it's his favorite thing to do.
Hardy gets this one, and that was quite a sequence there. Ball down and up, and Coach Desko with his hands on his head, and
I think he can exhale now.
Well, you know, they passed the ball right into a double. There was a guy right there, and they wanted to make sure, make the easy pass, but make sure that the guy is open and he isn't going to get doubled right away. That's what happened to Hardy, but they finally got the ball back and they take it behind.
And now Yavoli looking to make something happen. Orange down by 1 again. They have trailed most of the way since late second quarter. Bucktooth had his stick checked just at the moment of release, and it slowed it up for DeSantis to scoop it up easily. Under 8 minutes to play.
Syracuse outshot him in this half so far.
And he lost his stick and the ball.
Yep.
Yavoli has it.
Oh.
Look out from behind. The check comes and a penalty called as DeSantis hopping mad.
They'll give him a push.
That was Nick Curry jumping on Yavoli from behind, and Coach Kerwick Not sure about that one as we take a timeout. Statesman clinging to a 1-goal lead as Yavoli taken down. Will the Orange also go down? More Syracuse lacrosse action coming your way this Saturday, April 1st at 4 o'clock as the Loyola Greyhounds invade the Carrier Dome to battle with the Orange. Plan to be with us Saturday afternoon for all the action right here at 4 o'clock on Time Warner Sports 26. 7.5 minutes to go here. Sorry, Dale.
I was just going to say, Syracuse man up for 30 seconds. I looked at it. We saw that in the replay. Could have been a trip. So it was a good call. 30 seconds, but Syracuse 2 of 4. This is their 5th opportunity. If they can cash in, they would tie them up.
And one of our Time Warner Sports brethren or sisterin, whatever, however you say it, Jamie saying goodbye to Syracuse. She is on her way to Albany to become a weekend sports anchor out there.
Back home.
We're going to miss her very much. An integral part of this team for the last few years and one of the nicer people out there. And Jamie going back home, as you mentioned, Dale, where she's from, to continue her career.
She does it all. Camera, talent, talks, sets the lights, does the audio.
But she only gets paid for one job,
right.
So that's the unfortunate part. Now the Orange, a man up and a goal down. Halfway through the 4th quarter. A lot of faking and no shooting yet on this man up.
Got about 10 seconds left.
Crockett. Yavoli had a seam off the post and out of bounds.
Sides are even, penalty released.
As the penalty is released and the Statesmen get back to full strength, Yavoli knocked one off the post, that close to a hat trick.
Yeah, Yavoli right there. Oh man, he had it too. He had the inside pipe and it hit the pipe. So they're going to have to ride, and they're going to have to play very aggressive defensively. They can still afford to be a little patient on offense, but they've got to get the ball. They can't give Hobart the opportunity to take a lot of time off the clock.
Under 7 minutes to go. Statesman with the lead here. O'Quinn taken down by Panarelli. Ball comes loose. Panarelli and O'Quinn both hit the ground, and that got a little physical. Don't see any flags on the field, but the Hobart bench up in arms. It happened right in front of them. Waiting for something.
There's an offside. There's a check in the back.
Yeah, some pushing and shoving there. A little extracurriculars, O'Quinn and...
It is a body contact sport. Yeah, somebody was offside.
3-second penalty on Syracuse offside.
So it's going to give, not only do they give them an opportunity, they give a man-up opportunity. They have not cashed in yet. I think they're 0 for 2 on man-up. This is their 3rd opportunity.
Coach Kerwick, the Babe Krause Division III Coach of the Year. Speaking of Krause Simmons, back in '97 when he was at Alfred. Made 3 head coaching stops. Also an assistant at Georgetown for a few years. And now back at his alma mater. Said that was kind of his hopes and dreams all along, was to come back to his alma mater to coach. And now in his 5th season and looking for a real trademark win here. No matter what Syracuse record might be, they're still Syracuse. Still a team that's made the tournament 23 years in a row. Won 9 national championships. And it would be a huge win, but a turnover for Hobart as they give it right back.
I think they were in the crease. But a nice job of riding Syracuse and making them make this. See that kind of pass? That's the thing that kills you.
Right, able to scoop it up.
This is not what you want.
Colaccini in trouble, lost the ball. Has to get back in the cage. On the run, Curry scores. And Colaccini never really did get settled. And Peter Colaccini a little too far out. Lost the ball out of his stick, and the same thing happened against Johns Hopkins, where he lost the ball.
I said they've done a nice job of riding Syracuse. See, they threw it to the goalie. There are 3 guys there that converged on the goalie. So you're throwing it into a double team, and it turns out to be a triple team. And then you see him going down Nick Curry as you're just trying to get set back. You can see right there, you got hit in the neck. Just sloppy play on the clear, and he wasn't really set.
And now it's nervous time for the Orange. Down by 2 with under 6 minutes to play. And the Statesman, Dan Spinella, coming up with another big face-off as they try and shove him out of bounds, but he stays in.
Too much space. Boy, they really got a trailer though. Syracuse getting a little desperate here defensively.
Veltman had it knocked down in front, scoops it back up. And now it's Wright coming away. Had it knocked out of his stick though. The Orange having a hard time getting it back the other way. Colaccini way out of the cage again. This time he scoops it up.
Oh!
And Wright overran it. My goodness.
This game has gone from frantic to super frantic. Look, oh, trouble.
Oh, Quinn. Open shot off the post. Colaccini got a little help. And finally the Orange get it across midfield.
I gotta tell you.
Under 5 minutes to play, trailing by 2. Here's Bucktooth looking for a cutter, nobody there. So he'll take it himself, and he shot it wide.
And he didn't get any backup.
Yavoli couldn't get back in time as DeSantis beats him to the ball. Peter Colaccini getting a little help from the crossbar.
Boy, the action's been frantic, hasn't it? Watch this shot. High. Looks like it's the inside pipe. It did hit the inside pipe, but it bounced it down away from the goal, and Syracuse lucks out on that one. Time becoming a factor, however. See, let him come too far.
Veltman.
Offsides against Hobart.
Mistake for the Statesmen. They're doing everything they can to keep the Orange in this one.
I'll tell you, it's been frantic.
It's not easy.
This has not been an easy game, and
now, nothing's easy, as we talked about earlier, in college lacrosse anymore. There really are no dominant programs.
See, this is, now see, watch, they make them come in, they pass, they're really riding them hard, and then forcing these long passes. They really need some help with some short sticks. Let's see, watch, there's a ball on the ground.
Oh, Parrott had the catch, but knocked out of his grasp, and Pat Parrott's down on the 45, holding his right shoulder. And that's where the check came to knock the ball loose, and Parrott has to head to the bench.
They don't need any more injuries, do they?
Coach Desko giving John Carosa the hook. Well, John, you're doing a great job, but you're not our best offensive player. The Orange get the shooters in there as we head under 4 minutes. Down by 2.
Well, now they can't afford to be patient, can they? You can't be crazy, but you got to make your opportunities. You've only going to do a little one-on-one here with Rafe Mattingly.
Got away from him.
Nice recovery by Mattingly.
Orange have not been able to get someone clear. Cutting up right up through the middle.
And Hobart's been able to clear the ball a little bit better than Syracuse for the last part of this half. Syracuse has struggled getting rid of the ball when they've made a save or they've gotten a ground ball.
Well, the Orange come away empty without even getting a shot on goal.
Neither team perfect on the clear. Syracuse 15-20. All right, he's holding the ball against his stick against his chest. That's going to cost him a possession.
Another turnover for Hobart as they continue to give the ball right back.
But can Syracuse clear it? That's the question. Parrott's back in. Forced a long pass, and then look at them shift. They really all collapse on the man with the ball. Now they're going after the goalie. Now Parrott, but that long pass takes so long to get there, but Parrott's able to get across. Now he's got to box it up. He does.
Under 3 minutes to play. Can the Orange come back? We'll take a timeout, talk it over. 2:41 on the clock. The Orange trailing by 2. (14-0) against Hobart here at the Carrier Dome. But that streak is in jeopardy. And the Orange haven't lost 4 in a row since 1981. That streak also in jeopardy here tonight. Syracuse had it tied after the end of the third quarter, scoring the last 2 goals to make it a 7-7 game, but Hobart with the only 2 goals here in the fourth. And that Orange offense, we're really not used to seeing them work so hard just to get goals.
You know what? I got to give credit to the Hobart defense. They haven't given them good looks, and when they have, they've had some nice work out of the goalie there. You know, DeSantis has been able to stop, although I would say sometimes, a couple times they haven't really stretched him much, but when they have, he's been up to it. He's done a nice job, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the shot selection has really pushed him when they could, but that's a good defense they've got out in front of him.
Well, the SU women also playing here earlier this afternoon, taking on the University of Albany. And the Orange ladies off to a terrific start this year. Ranked number 13 in the nation, just like the men. 7-2 record. They won 17-5 over the Great Danes this afternoon, scoring a lot of goals. Catherine Rowan, outstanding young freshman for that Syracuse women's team. And boy, what a home schedule they have. 11 home games this year, and right now they're on a 7-game homestand that wraps up this weekend with Northwestern.
That's a big wrap-up. That's one of the premier program the last couple of years, and they've only had a program for about 3 years. It's a terrific program.
All right, the Orange down by 2. They won this game by 1 with a late goal in Geneva last year, only to come back here again as Parrott shot deflected high and wide. The last 4 trips to the Carrier Dome for Hobart, they have lost by an average of 12 goals a game. Quite a turnaround thus far here tonight. Crockett muscling in, draws some flags.
Oh, they shouldn't have stopped it.
And John Desko hopping mad on the sideline. Yavoli also hopping around behind the cage.
You're supposed to, this year, it's possession, you keep playing with the ball.
Carry the corner. Carry the corner.
Now the Orange will go man up again. With 2:10 showing on the clock. See if they can regain the momentum that they had when the whistles brought play to a stop.
This is their 6th man-up opportunity. They've got 2.
Lavelle camping out on the crease. And now it's Crockett in the middle. The Orange try and crack that defense of Hobart. Shutting the Orange out here in the fourth quarter so far. Crowd getting a little restless.
Yeah, but they're down to 1 minute and 37.
Lavelle to Crockett, he scores! Brian Crockett, long time coming. And the Orange within a goal with 1:35 to go.
Crockett from Yavoli, and a nice man-up look as Crockett finally gets something going there. Low to high, stick side on DeSantis. And at 9-8, 135, let's see who gets the face.
Talk about an important face-off.
Jerome's out there. There's going to be a play on push. Syracuse should get this ball back. Nope.
Nayrod, who else scoops it up? And right away, Matt Kerwick calls for a timeout. Take another look at the face-off and see what happened as John Jerome has been dominant there today, but
Now the ball.
Not
now
lately.
Watch right here. That's the. Well, they called a push. Then it was a play on push, and then when they got it, Nayrod got it, they called timeout. I thought Syracuse got pushed, but such is not the case.
Well, in the all-time series is the 92nd meeting. There have been 11 games decided by 1 goal in this series, and Hobart has lost 10 of them, including the one last year on their home field, but this would be sweet revenge for the Statesmen. And for Syracuse, could be a very damaging loss as they try and avoid starting 1-4 for the first time in more than 30 years. They have been more patient on offense. They have won face-offs. They have at least drawn even in ground balls, so they've accomplished a lot of the things they wanted to accomplish, but offensively, they just haven't had it.
It seems when they do a good job defensively, they can't get enough goals. You know, 9 goals is not a lot to give up. I mean, it's not, you know, you're not going to hold. But on the other hand, when they hold them to 9, they can't get 10. And you know, when it works, they're like in opposition to each other. It's difficult to understand, but they've got a chance to tie this up, but they got to get the ball, and Hobart is.
Sean Murphy with the ball. See if he can scoot around. Nobody in the net. Murphy.
No, he's in the goal. I mean, he's
in the crease.
Yeah.
Tried a little Gary Gate. Is that Air Gate move?
Well,
tried to take off from behind.
You can't do that. And Syracuse, by the way, put Myers in the goal, maybe for defensive purposes.
So the Orange have it back as we count down to a minute.
Syracuse has a timeout, I believe, to burn. And
they will. 57 seconds to go. The Orange got the turnover they needed. As Sean Murphy tried to slam dunk it and put it away, but instead it goes back to the Orange as he ended up in the crease.
And you look, Myers is in the goal. I don't know whether they thought he could play a little better defense. Yeah, there he was.
Air Gate.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's his foot was in there. He said, I got pushed from the back because that's Myers. Watch Myers. Nope. Got him right there. Myers, number 14, and it was Carrozza that got him, knocked him into the crease.
A heroic effort by Sean Murphy, but the ball goes back to the Orange. Under a minute to go. Can Hobart hang on? Matt Kerwick looking for his career win.
Fans all on their feet here.
Syracuse crowd and plenty of Hobart fans here as well. Everybody on their feet. Been a terrific competitive game, close throughout. Neither team is led by more than 2.
So who takes the shot? Guarding him close.
Pat Parrott, the freshman, couple of goals in this one. Passes it up. How about Brett Bucktooth? Oh, and he threw it away. Tried to hit Yavola behind the cage. Ball goes out of bounds. Well, you hate to go down without even a shot. And now the Orange really trying hard to get it back. Dangerous pass. Hardy got there about a half second late. And Jessup able to clear for Hobart, but he lost it. Panarelli going for it. Ball's out of bounds. Syracuse has it back.
25 seconds.
One more chance for the Orange.
Let's see who's going to clear it. Guadagnovo's going to have to handle this with the pole. And they got Myers in at goal, and they're going to be on everybody.
They work on it every day in practice, and it comes down to this. You got to do it one more time.
That's all right. That's off
Off Hobart.
Off of Hobart.
Off Veltman. You know, one official is pointing to Hobart's direction.
No.
But he obviously didn't see it.
Right.
Syracuse ball. 18 seconds.
That would have been tough, wouldn't it?
John Desco's face may have turned redder than his hair.
Oh, look, this is Quite a stratagem here. Parrott's right at the midfield line. They got no timeouts left.
15 seconds of counting. Parrott moving in. Parrott takes the shot, high bouncer. Off the stick of Yavoli. Under 5 to go. Out of bounds Syracuse, and it's Hobart's ball. Flag goes up in the air before they can bring the ball in. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think he said something to him.
How about Pat Parrott, the freshman, taking a shot from way out top. Maybe a little bit quick, but as a freshman, you can probably understand his excitement trying to make it happen.
They haven't started the clock. Where's the, oh, they got the, I'm sorry, they just got the ball in at the midfield line because the unsportsmanlike, it'll be right at midfield.
And it's been a long time coming for the Hobart Statesmen as they rifle it up to the ceiling of the dome, and that'll take the time off the clock, and here they come. The Statesmen celebrating arguably the biggest win in their Division I history. A win at the Carrier Dome over the Syracuse Orange, 9-8 final. And finally, for the first time in 20 years, they're bringing home the Krause-Simmons Trophy. And a tough season gets tougher for Syracuse as they waited 10 days for this game and could not get it done against the Statesmen, who snap a 3-game skid and a 19-game skid against the Orange of Syracuse.
Hobart's got a lot of fans here. They're going to take the trophy down to show them, and there's a guy who had a good game, DeSantis, number 14.
And you know what? That trophy never meant so much to Syracuse players as it does right now. You have it for 19 straight years before some of these guys were even born.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And now you see it going to the other side and being paraded around your own turf. Tough to take for the Orange, and I'll tell you what, that's going to make that game all the more competitive next year.
Well, you saw the game last year. This was not, that's what I said at the beginning of the show. This is not a surprise. I'm not saying that I certainly expected Syracuse to win, but that was so close last year and they become so competitive. It's anybody's game, and Syracuse has to learn from this and move on. They got the rest of the season to play.
And that's Matt Murphy cradling the hardware. Hobart taking it home. A 9-8 win over the Orange here at the Dome tonight. Statesmen win it 9-8, outscoring Syracuse 2-1 in the critical fourth quarter to pull out their first win over the Orange since 1986, their first win in Syracuse since 1979. And they are in a big mood to celebrate here tonight as they get on the bus and head back to Geneva with the Krause-Simmons Trophy. And for the Orange, they're now 1-4 for the first time since the mid-70s. Still a lot of games left to play for Syracuse, 7 games left. But you talk about the NCAA tournament, and you really can't afford more than 4 or 5 losses for the year. And so that means Syracuse has to either run the table now or win at least 6 out of 7 going down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not much of a guesser, but there's a lot of pressure on them as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. So, yeah, they've got a lot of season left. They got to pull it together. They've got to. They didn't play badly. They did things they wanted to do. They just came out on the short end of the stick. And Hobart, got to give them a lot of credit. They played very, very well and got a little sloppy there. So they had a little problem clearing in some situations, and they turned into goals. But Syracuse will be back, but give Hobart a lot of credit. They played very well. 7 players for Hobart hail from the central New York area. One of them is standing by with us down on the field, putting off the celebration for a little bit. He's Mike Conklin, senior from West Genesee High School. Mike, congratulations on the win. How good does this feel?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't even put it into words. We haven't won in 20 years against Syracuse, much less in the Dome, I don't think ever. It's just unbelievable feeling. I can't even put it into words.
Well, you came close last year. I knew this was going to be a close game, and it certainly was exciting, but you had to believe that you could at least give it a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem that we've had over the past few years is just not believing that we are going to win. We know we can hang close, but we kind of decided to take the next step. It's not good enough to just hang close anymore. So we came here with a positive attitude. We knew even with the last 3 games, we've had a rough couple goes. We knew we had the potential, and we knew we had the talent. We just had to eliminate some of the self-inflicted mistakes and just come to play and play for 60 minutes. So,
talk about what the win over a program like Syracuse means to your team as you guys head down the stretch, and you get to take that trophy home. And I was talking about it earlier that a lot of times the trophies don't mean a lot to the kids playing for them, but now that you've won it, how much does that trophy mean as you take it home?
That trophy, it means the world to our school. Lacrosse is a big part of Hobart. As everybody knows, it's a big tradition there. And the trophy, I mean, we haven't had it in 20 years, so it's going to look nice. No longer collecting dust here. It means a lot to us. And more to, I mean, you look at Larry Atkinson, a lot of the alums that we have, those guys are unbelievable. And, you know, they're the biggest reason why we're able to play at this level and be successful the way we are. So big tribute to them. And that's really why we're here today. So.
All right, Mike, thanks very much for being with us. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Congratulations.
Mike Conklin from West Genesee High School, one of his former high school teammates, Jeff Ryan, scoring a goal here tonight in Hobart's big win, 9-8. So they finally do close the deal, and they've talked about doing that over the last few games, and they finally got it done here tonight in, of all places, the Carrier Dome.
Well, it's great for them, and Syracuse has to do the same thing next game. You know, it's not over. You got to pick it up, and whatever happens, you got to give it your best shot. And it will be interesting to see how Syracuse responds.
Now look at Coach Kerwick checking out the new addition to the trophy case over at Hobart College, heading back to Geneva tonight. Our player of the game tonight is brought to you by Fernandez Auto Mall. He is Sean Murphy, the diminutive attackman for the Hobart Statesmen. Scored a couple of big goals and really just gave him a little energy boost as he picked up a couple of goals for Hobart in the big win here tonight. 9-8, once again, the final. So we know where Hobart's going from here. They're going home happy. Syracuse has a game left this week with Loyola Saturday, and now every game, really, if this wasn't a must-win, every game from here on out is.
And one of those teams that they said, the coaching staff said, this Loyola team, they're like Hobart. They can lose 3 or 4 games, but they can, you know, jump up and beat you. And Syracuse has got to be wary of anybody who can jump up and beat you. So this Loyola game is going to be a big test.
Well, the Orange had a great week of practice last week to no avail here tonight against the Statesmen, and they'll try and regroup against the Greyhounds Saturday, while the Hobart Statesmen will try and soak this one up for as long as possible. That's going to do it here from the Carrier Dome tonight. For Dale Drypolcher, our producer-director Chuck McKeon, and all of us here at Time Warner Sports, I'm Mark Larson saying thanks for watching, and the Orange going down in their own place, 9-8. Hobart celebrating its biggest win in Division I history. Good night from Syracuse, and congratulations to the Statesmen.